Today I'm introducing you to R and R Studio. R is the programming language. R Studio is the software, that is the GUI, the graphical user interface that helps us to use the software. So, what do you need to know? This is for data scientists or biostatisticians or statisticians. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tutorials. Thank you. I get a lot of questions and people ask, why R? What's the difference between R and starter SPSS? Why R? Why do I have to learn R? First of all, R has taken over the world of data science. So I think it's a must that you need to know R. One, it's an open source. That means it's a free software and anyone can add to it. Anyone can add a package to it. It is excellent with handling large data sets. It's excellent with handling multiple data sets. As we shall see, you don't need actually to merge data sets to work with them. You can work with several data sets at once in R. It is excellent with graphics, as we shall see. It is excellent with data manipulation, as we shall see. And has taken over the world of data science. So if you're a data scientist, you really need to know R. What do we need to know? So what do we need? You need to install R. You need to install R Studio. And maybe you can install R tools that's for Windows. That might be optional. What are some of the important packages that you need to install first? One is Rio. This will help you in saving as SPSS file or serve CAV file, as we shall see. Tidyverse. This is for data manipulation. We have readXL, as you see, readXL to read Excel files, and Haven to read starter databases. Before we get started to the software, what do we need to know? One, R is sensitive to cases, i.e. lower cases and capital letters. So it is sensitive, so that something written in capital letters is different. R interprets it different, like something that is typed in small letters. You need to know about data structures. There are so many things, they call them primitive data structures. So this is what you need: a character, numeric, integer, logical, that's the true false, the Boolean, integer, that means there is a point, like 2.3, that's an integer, numeric, they are numbers, characters. So then we need to know about data types, the vectors, lists, matrix, arrays, factors, and data frames. A vector is one direction, like vectors. It's unidirectional. It has no difference with lists, minor difference. For example, a set of numbers can be a vector. As you can see, when we go to matrices, you'll see they are two-dimensional, whereas arrays can be three-dimensional, factors. Okay, all of these things, let them not confuse you, as we shall see. You don't really need to cram them. So, but data types, they are objects that have attributes. These can be called data types, or they can be called objects. They have attributes. That is the name, the dimension, like matrices, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, and so on. Length of a vector, maybe a set of numbers, and class. Okay, let's go to the real deal. Don't forget to subscribe and hit a like. I'm going to take you this. There will be short tutorials, but they will be in series. So to keep updated, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. So you just type R and press enter. Okay, I don't think this is the one. there's a problem here. Okay, let's first go to Google search. So let's type R. There you are. It will come directly. R programming, R Studio. So this is the rproject.org. That's the official website for R. You can download R from here. Go to download R. So these are all mirrors. Like I said, R is an open source. There are mirrors everywhere you can download R. Choose any mirror you want. You don't have to look for your country. You can just choose this. Then download R for Linux, R for Windows. So if you download, it will download. If you click download, it will download. Then you install. You see here there's also R tools. You can also download R tools. So if you want to install R for the first time, so when you finish the download R. I have it, so I won't download it. So when you finish downloading R, you can also type R Studio. Let's get R Studio. First install R, then install R Studio. Go to the free version. So select here the installer that you want. If you're using Ubuntu, there is one to use. If you're using Windows 7, I'm using Windows 8, Windows 10. So you can select this to download automatically. I won't download it because I already have it. Download it and install it. That's done with the installation. And let's go to the real deal. So when you install R and R Studio, you open R Studio. When you open R Studio, this is what will come. It will come like, it will be blank. Of course, I've done some work. That's why I have this. So it will be blank. The first thing you need to do, sometimes this thing is up this side, so you can move it down. So you can come here, add a new R script. Don't worry, I will explain that. After I open R Studio, come here, add a new R script. I will explain that. Why? Don't worry. So this is the R script, this area here. This is the console. The console means where you type your commands. This script is the same as a do file. If you know all a syntax in SPSS, a do file in starter. While this is a console where you type your commands, like in starter where you type your commands. This is the global environment. This is the environment. You see, environment is empty because there is nothing. This is where what you do, what you save in R, this is where it comes. This side here has files where we'll set our working directory, as we shall see. Plots, where if you plot a graph, it will come in plots. Packages, it shows all the installed packages that you have. Help, this help window is very important, as we shall see. So before you start to use R Studio, please note, before you start to work with R Studio, set a working directory. A working directory is where I want to work from that moment. It's like a folder where you want to put all your files to work with. Come here. So for me, I'm going to put my folder on desktop. It's already there. It's called tutorial. Let's click open. So after opening it, don't stop here. Please don't. Click on more. and select set as a working directory. It will come here. Alright, so if you want to see that it's the right directory, you can put a command dir. It will show you the elements in the directory, and we only have this. That's all. We are set to go and start do some real work. So I will use this because it will help me remember my tutorial, how it is supposed to flow. In R, a hash is a comment. So I can just say introduction to R. A hash puts a comment. A comment, if you run this, the program knows that it's a comment, it's not a command. So let's start. R can, like Starter and other software, it can work as a calculator. What do I mean by calculator? You can add, subtract, find square roots, 2 plus 2. If you can type here in the console side 2 plus 2. I want to show you the use of a script. 2 plus 2, it will give you the result as 4. But it hasn't saved this command. You get my point? It hasn't saved this command. So if you want to save this command plus the comment, you type it in your script. So when you type it in the script, when you want to run this command only, you highlight the command and click run. It will give you the same result, 4. You can highlight it and press Ctrl Enter if you are using Ctrl Enter if you are using Windows PC. It will give you the same result. This is SQRT, this is a square root. You can press Ctrl Enter. Even if you just type, you put a cursor in the command and press Ctrl Enter, it will run that command. This to power 7, it will give you the result. That divided by 34. The percentage gives a remainder. 23 divided by 3. What's the remainder of 23 when divided by 3? And it is a 2. So I don't think we have better calculators than using R. So we can go to other things like how to create data objects, how to create vectors, matrices. Okay, let me copy this. I want to move with you. How to create objects. For example, a vector like a set of fruits. Let's say we want to create a set of fruits. Let's give it a name, fruits. There is this sign. It is called the assign. It is this a less than? Is it a less than? Less than minus. If you want to add fruits, names of fruits together in one set, use what we call concatenation. A small c, then this is what you need to know now. If you're going to type letters, words, please use quotations. R will understand if you use quotations. So names of fruits, for example, mangoes, comma, that comma is important, grapes, comma, oranges, comma, which other fruit? Pineapples. The pineapple fruit, maybe. So if you want to run this command, it will store fruits as a vector. So fruits is a vector which has objects inside, mangoes, grapes. So if you want to see what is in fruits, just type fruits in your console. It's already there. You see, it will bring mangoes, grapes, oranges. You can also just type it here if you want to save the command, but you don't need to save that. It is the same thing. Okay, let's delete that. Okay, don't mind about the spaces, doesn't care. So let's put phones. Phones, they are also names, so we shall put quotations. I like Samsung, Apple, Huawei. Let's add ZTE. Okay, let's save that. Then numbers. With numbers, you don't need to put quotations. 20, 15, 14, 13, maybe 30. So if you want to maybe recall numbers, want to see what is in numbers, 20, 14, it will bring you that. So we have stored them in R. That's why they're in our environment. So I'm going to introduce to you another concept, which is matrix, a 2x2 matrix. So here it says create an empty matrix with 2 columns and 3 rows. You just write, let's say, call it matrix 1. If you want to save it, name is matrix 1 equal, you assign matrix is the command, n columns. Okay, matrix 1. Assigning is like you're creating a matrix with, and you realize when you start to write, it brings you these small things. That's how good R is. It gives you a hint to the command. We said number of columns 2, number of columns is 2, and number of rows. It completes for you, just press enter, so it will complete for you. Number of 3, press enter, matrix is there. So it doesn't have anything because it is empty. So if you want to view what's in the matrix, type matrix 1, press enter. So there is NaNA because it is empty. So let's look another example where there is something. Create a matrix of 1 to 10, of numbers 1 to 10. Let's create a matrix of numbers 1 to 10 with 2 columns and 3 rows. So you can just copy that. That's the use of the console. Call this matrix 2. Here we shall just add 1 to 10. Okay. Okay. 1 to 10, the data length is known. Let's see. Okay. The data length is not, doesn't allow it to have 1 to 10, but that's the idea. So if you want to create 1 to 6 with two columns and 3 rows and arrange by rows, I'll show you the difference of this. So here, when you say matrix 2, you see it's 1, 2, 3, like it's arranged by columns. So if you want to arrange it by rows, let's create a matrix. Let's copy that, paste it here, call it matrix 3. It said 1 to 10 cannot be done. 1 to 6. So here you add a comma. You just separate commands with commas. We are still under the same matrix. And say by row equals true. You can complete it as true or just capital T. Press enter. So let's view matrix 3. You see, now it has changed. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has arranged them by rows. Okay, let's see. If you want to know the dimension of the matrix, let's say our matrix 1. You want to know the dimension. You say you type dim is the command, and in brackets you put any matrix you want. It is a 3 by 2 matrix. I think you can see 3 by 2. If you want to know the class of matrix, let's say you want to know the class. It is a matrix. The class of this object, let's say class of fruit. Class of fruits is a character. They are characters. And let's say class of numbers. Oh, it may just bring us numbers. Okay, class of numbers, numeric. They are numeric. You see, that's how you identify the class of the data you're working with. So let's go to a data frame. A data frame is a 3-dimensional representation of your data, like a data set you normally work with. So if you want to create a data frame, like for example for fruits, numbers and fonts, what's the name of that data frame? Let's call it that one. Maybe you want to create that data frame. Just assign or use equal sign. So let's assign data dot frame, and we want fruits, numbers in order, like then fonts. So this will create a data frame called dat1, which contains fruits, numbers and fonts in one. Remember, don't put quotes here because these are already objects. You want to contain an object, don't put quotes. So when you create, you see it has come it here in our environment. If you want to view it, you capital V, view that one. It comes here, you see, fruits, numbers, fonts. So it has created that data frame. It's a 3-dimensional. You can just double click on it and it comes. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, I'll talk about combining data frames. Let's say, okay, let's add something. What do we add? Let's add names of people, maybe Okay, you see the error I get because I missed a C. So okay, the names are already here. It has separated them into data and values. So if I want to, maybe let's add their age to make some sense. I say Richard is 30, 24, Sarah is 18, Dennis is 70, Thomas is 90. Okay, let's add this into a data frame, call it dat2. I think you remember how to create a data frame. Data.frame. Names. Age. Remember the spellings have to be the same. So it has created dat2. If you double click dat2, it has the names of people and their ages. So let's say we want to combine dat1 and dat2. When you look at dat1, it has 3 columns and 4 rows. When you look at dat2, it has 2 columns and 4 rows. So it would be easier if you are combining it by column. You are adding columns here instead of adding rows here. So here it won't add because the number of columns are not the same. But you can add you can add columns here because rows are the same. That's the trick. So if you want to combine dat1 and dat2, since we are combining with columns, let's call it dat3. We see this is the command c.bind column bind data frame dat1, then dat2. Here is our dat3. If you click to view, it has combined the names and the age of people into one data set. So that's enough with the data frames and everything. So let's go to another concept, how to save files to your working directory. See, there is nothing in our working directory because we haven't saved anything. They are all in our environment. And if close here without even saving the console, this will go. Even if we save things in the console, this will go. I'll show you how to maintain this later on. So the next bit is how to save your files in the working directory. In the other folder that you created, make sure you are in your working directory and it's already set. So how to do it. So let's say we want to save dat3. So this is the command. Okay, delete that. One, we can save as our file, we can save as a starter file, we can save as a SPSS file, we can save in any file format we want. Let's first save as an R file. So you write, so let's see, what do we want to save first? We want to save as our file. So if we want to save, oh it's already here. If we want to save as our file, you type save. So you enter the name of the data set that you want to save. Let's save the combined one, dat3. Oh, 3. Put a comma. See, it has already brought you what to do. File equals, give it a name. What name? Okay, let me just call it dat3 dot, because you give it our data is the extension, like how you see .xl for Excel, .xls for Excel, something like that. So let's save. Here we are. It's already saved as our data. So what's our next thing to save as a CVS, CSV, comma separated value. CSV is so common while working with R, as we will see. If we want to save as CSV, the command changes to write.csv. Then put here what you want to save. File equals. Okay, let's give it my data. It's already here, CSV. What else? If you want to save as SPSS file, then this is what you need to do. If you want to export to your friend who uses SPSS, who has refused to upgrade to R, and you have done his work, so first install Rio. This is how we install packages. You type a command, install .packages. So it will come out automatically, install.packages, and put quotation, put the package that you want. These packages, to know their name, just Google package for saving as SPSS in R. It will tell you the name of the package. You must be connected on the internet. Press Ctrl Enter, it will install. After you install it, don't stop there. Then call it by typing library, this time with no quotes. Library Rio. Mine's already installed, so I'll just press enter for library Rio to be called. Okay, it's already called. Or you can go to packages and you look down for Rio. If it has a tick, it means it's already recalled. If you want to untick it, then you can. So then you type, it's going to be now export. It's export that 3 as my data .sav is the extension. So it's already, when you go to files and our working directory, it's already saved there. So as I'm concluding with my first episode, because I'll do this in small episodes, because I don't want you to get a lot of information at once. It will get you tired. This is a mistake people make when they're teaching R. They teach a lot of things at a go, and in the end people get lost and they lose morale. Or when you open a book, it has so many things, so you lose morale. So I want to stop here, but before I stop, let me show you how to save this image such that, okay, I want you to save this image like how you see everything, our global environment, such that if we come back the next time, you start from where you are. So you just say, okay, I'll saving the image. The image means how everything looks, our global environment, this, how to save this image. You type save.image. So this time you don't need to put the data because you're saving the whole image. You just save file equals, put the name of the file, let's say tutorial dot r data. Okay, yes, I think we are done. It's our data. Then press enter. The image will come here. So next time when we are beginning the next episode, you just open this, double click on it, or you can single click on it. Oh no, I don't want to start. So when you click on it, it will tell you and it will come here. So okay, The next tutorial we shall start at data manipulation using dplyr. Here we shall learn how to visualize your data. Before data analysis, you have to know your data. You have to visualize your data, know how much data you have, how many missing values do you have. Like, you have to understand your data. Then we shall learn how to do that, to do data visualization and manipulation using a package called Tidyverse. You can go and install Tidyverse on your own by doing that. I've told you how to install packages. Or you can just install dplyr. It's the same, dplyr, dplyr. Then we shall start from there. Remember to save your do file. It is called a script, but I'll call it a do file, or a syntax. It's called a script. So you just click here, save current, choose a file where you want to save. I want to save here in tutorials. So what do I call episode 1? Okay, I've saved my console, my script. So when I come, the script is already there. This helps that when you're working on projects, you don't need to go and cram what is the command. You just come here and change a few things, the data name, the everything, and you just work with that, like how you do with do files in Starter. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. I will be taking you this in bits, and in the end you will learn how to analyze data, draw nice graphs using R. Trust me, if you learn R, you won't want to use anything else.